Hello my lovely floss tube friends, welcome back to the channel. A very warm welcomes to you all. As you can see, we are festively decorated, including myself. Ignore how I look because yeah, I've had the busiest day ever. I have managed to tick loads of things off my to-do list, including be in the garden, sweep leaves, take the canners out, plant a new rose. Yeah, hence why I look like this, a little unkept, but it's fine. I've took the dog to the vet, I've done housework, I've done some finishing, and now I'm here with you. And I've managed to do all that before 3:30 in the afternoon, so it's all win-win this Sunday. Today is the 10th of December. I'm a little late with my video, but I was late with November, so I'm like, well, actually, we're sort of breaking even for me, but I'm planning to have everything much more planned, organised and straightforward as of 2024. Best laid plans. You know, you've got to have the plan, even if it's going to go wrong. But I'm hopeful this time that it's going to go right. So for those returning subscribers, I know I have been a little wobbly with when you're going to get a video. So thank you so much for staying with me, staying subscribed and just waiting inevitably for a video. For those of you that are new to the channel and you like what you see, if you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please hit the little subscribe button, give me a little thumbs up to let me know you like it. And for those 139 new subscribers, thank you so much for hitting the subscribe button. And yeah, welcome to the channel. Shall I take a breath now? Well, what have I got to tell you people? You will know, if you are a returning subscriber, that my life has been revolving around Christmas gifts and Christmas finishing for, well, since June or July this year. And I am pleased to announce, with a drum roll, that I have managed to complete all of my Christmas gifts with 2 days to spare. I know, I can't even make it up. My plan was that if I started it back in the summer, that I would be done by August latest, and then I could just go back to, you know, stitching all the things. That didn't happen, did it? But I am pleased to announce that all of the Christmas gifts are FFO'ed and are ready to be boxed up and be sent off. So this timing of this video couldn't have been any better. So let's jump right in. I've got my notes over here on the computer to remember all this stuff, and yeah, I'm out of practice, people. I'm very out of practice. So what to tell you on the whips side of things? Well, I don't have whips to show you, but I do have FFOs to show you. Go me! Go me! I cannot tell you how relieved I am. So relieved that the Christmas gifts are done. I've been gagging and chomping at the bit to get something else out and to stitch on something that I love, because these have become more like a chore than they were an enjoyable stitch. So where to start? First of all, let's start with, oh, she says. See, I even have them in boxes at the ready to be sent off to their respective owners. So first up, we have my sledges. So these were the Let's Go Sledding 12 sled ornament designs by FFO'ed, I believe it is. Let me squeeze you down. So this was the chart, and I picked 4 of these sledges, and you will know that they took me like a lifetime. So here they are. Here's my sledges. Look at those. Finally we have sledges, and I finished them. So the box is a red box. I'm going to put some, I've got some really lovely like craft paper shredded that I'm gonna lay into the box for these to go in. But here they are. I managed to find some spray paint, some red spray paint. I thought it was going to be like a matte spray paint, but it's actually come out like a glossy, which I didn't quite expect. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting glossy, but it is what it is. It's too late to do anything about that now. So always I did, unlike other years where I've had time to, you know, make little name tags and stuff to go on them, I've not done that. I've literally just cut the stitching out on the perforated paper, stuck them on with some of our good old-fashioned Eileen's glue, stuck a little bow on the side with some little bells just to prove that they're real bells. Yeah, perfect little finishes. So we've got the ho ho ho, we have got our little snowman finish, we have the joy finish, and we have the little reindeer finish. So my thought was that the reindeer and the snowman are for 2 children, and the joy and the ho 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 will be for the 2 adults. So yeah, super happy with how they came out. I've got a lovely box, nice little Christmassy design. I am going to put some craft paper in there and lay these in, but yeah, absolutely love my little sledges. Really quite jealous that they're not mine, I'll be honest with you. I would like them, it would be nice, but it is what it is. So yeah, I've done what I needed to do. I got them finished with time to spare, all in my lovely little Christmassy box. So they are all ready to go off to their respective new owners. Although, you know, when it's like, I've got my little tree over here, this little tree, I've got my little Santa on there, my only bit of stitching that I've ever done for me for Christmas. And you know, it was like, these sledges would have looked lovely up there, but it is what it is. They're not mine. They're not mine. But I would say I've had a blast stitching them. I have, because they made really good train projects because they were so easy to do and stitch. But it just, yeah, I just wasn't doing it fast enough. I just don't think I was feeling it. So my little sledges. So the sledges got 2 days of more stitching since you last saw them, and I finished them on the 24th of November, and I FFO'd them on Friday on the 8th of December because yeah, I needed the time to sit and do the gluing and the sticking bit. So they are now completed. Super happy with them. Next is my Christmas jumpers. So I was doing, this is how the actual stitching started. It was the Noel, Lila Studios, Noel on Rouge, Christmas in red. She says, if I can get it to do it without a glare. Christmas in red and Christmas in blue. These are the 2 designs that started this whole affair. And I was like, oh, I'll get these stitched up because they're so small. I'll get them done in a jiffy. And then move on to the next thing. And the plan was that I was going to do all 4 of each colour. And then I would have more that I could either keep for myself or give as gifts. Yeah, right. About that. That didn't happen, did it? So, last time you saw these, they were sort of in bits. I'd done the stitching, I'd done the backing fabric on the 2 bits of matte board, and then I was like, well, until I get round to doing the cording and the stuff, it won't get finished. But here they are. So 2 little hangers, 2 little ornaments, all backed. I'll put them on the table and switch the camera so you can see them. So we've got my merry his and hers. The his and hers ones. I was worried when I made these that I didn't think this one's corners had gone very well. Do you know what? Now that I've actually put the cording round, I'm not fazed by it at all. So all I did, she says, was got some more of my thread, made my own cording, which was fun. This one probably could have been twizzled a bit more, but I'm actually quite happy with how it turned out. I made a hanger and stuck it down the middle. Before, my original plan was that I was just gonna glue them together, was what I was gonna do. But the fact that the cording makes it sit sort of quite wide at the top, I was like, I can't do that. So I put some glue to hold the cording in, and then I professionally sewed the edges of the two pieces together to pull them tight. So they're not glued together, they are actually sewn together. And then I went round and I did my cording. So I started my cording here, went all the way round, and then finished it here. And yeah, I was debating whether I should put a little bow or something on here. I don't know. What do you think? I have got some little white bows, but I don't know if it needs bows. What do we think, people? Do you think it needs bows? If it needs bows, I need to know by Tuesday, because these are being gifted on Tuesday. So providing this video goes up tonight, I'm only going to have basically tomorrow. So if you happen to see this video tonight or tomorrow and you think it's missing something and that it needs little white bows to go up here, then please tell me, because I'll only have Monday night to stick the bows on. But I think they're all right without bows. I think if I put bows on, it's going to detract from it. What do we think? What do we think? I don't know. I'll go with anyone that says what I should do. But like I say, I've only got until Tuesday, because these are being gifted on Tuesday. And then this is the little blue one, the little snowman one. Again, I've done exactly the same thing. Sewed the sides together, made my own cording, and yeah, I'm really chuffed with how these turned out. In fact, I'm so chuffed with how these have turned out. I'm gutted that I haven't got one for myself. But then I'm going to say that about all of these finishes, because yeah, I've done all these finishes and I'm not going to reap the benefit of any of them. That's going to be, I'm going to make a plan for next year. I have to have something for myself, because it's just not fair. It's not fair that it's took me so long to do all this stitching. Not detested it, that's the wrong word, but I found it really hard to just be focused and motivated to do it. It actually put me off, because it felt like a chore rather than a joy. But now that I've got them finished, now I'm kicking myself, because I'm like, for an extra week's worth of stitching, I could have done one for myself, is what I could have done. But I didn't. It's a thing, right? We do things like this, where, especially when you're doing it for gifts. But super, super happy. Loved how they turned out. The backs look fine. The fronts look fine. Go me. Go me. So my lovely little jumpers, Lila Studio Noel on Bleu and Noel on Rouge. So these were both FFO'ed today. So before I was doing this video, the reason that I held off on doing this video until now was because I'm like, well, if I'm going to do this video, I need to have all of my Christmas stuff finished so that I can share it on the channel. Just to prove that I completed it all. I did it. I got there in the end. It's only took me since June, July, but we're there. We're done. So these are ready to go in a nice box. So I have another box that I'm going to put these ones in and decorate the box a little bit. But yeah, another his and hers. So the jumpers were actually stitched and finished in November, I believe. And the only thing that I was waiting to do was this cording. I would sort of say that I was putting it off because I was a little nervous of how it was going to go. But yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I probably should have done it sooner. But I did say I was going to have a finishing weekend. And I sort of have, because the sledges got FFO'd on Friday. These got FFO'd today. All finished. And my next, what was whips, which is now no longer whips, are my Christmas crackers. So the Christmas crackers are the Victoria sampler. Let me get the booklet so I can show it to you. Sorry about the zip, people. So the Christmas crackers is the beautiful finishing number 8 Christmas crackers mini needle roll ornaments by the Victoria sampler. Here we go. Previously in years gone by, I've done, where is it, Father Christmas and the Angel, and the recipients that received those two asked me to make them some more. So I've done the snowman and I've done over here the gingerbread man. So they're the ones that I have been attacking, and it was attacking. They are finally done. Again, we have another lovely little box that they're sat in. Just need to decorate inside the box. So let me take them out so I can show you. So here they are, my little Christmas crackers. So the Christmas crackers, so the gingerbread man. So I'd already finished, finished the snowman. He was already done and stitched. And then my gingerbread man was the one that I think I showed you last time. And this one got 5 days worth of stitching, and they both got FFO'd on the 7th of December. Both of these are stitched on a 28 count even weave. This one is in dirty raw linen, and this one I think was an off-cut colour. Can't quite remember where I got it from, but yeah. So I did the stitching. I did the little hem stitch across the bottom. Did some stuffing. The bows didn't quite come out as I would have liked, but you know, I'm not gonna quibble about that. And then just for a little bit more decoration, I thought I'd put some bells on them. But yeah, super happy with how they turned out. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. I'm sure their recipients will love them. Absolutely love them. They are but they are tiny. Look how small they are. When I actually hold them in my hand, you can see just how small they are. They're like tiny little crackers. Love my crackers. I love my crackers. They're so pretty, and I'm gutted because they're not mine again. So what I did do, because I was sitting there doing these, and I thought, when I was looking to FFO these the first time, I checked on YouTube, and there was absolutely no tutorials or anything online that I could find that showed you how to do these professionally. And then when I went to finish these this time, I thought I'll just check again just to see whether anyone's done any videos on them and how to do them. So I thought I'll have a little look, because if there is, then I'll follow along with that. Again, there's no videos. There was no videos on how to make these cute little things. So since as I was doing mine, I've recorded and edited down me doing it. Now, I am far from proficient, and the only reason I did it was because I haven't found one that is on FlossTube or YouTube where it actually shows you how to do it. So I thought, well, since as I'm sitting here doing mine anyway, warts and all, errors and all, because there was a few errors in my making of these, I decided that I would share with you how I do that. So there will be another video that comes up in the next day or two, for anyone that's interested in doing these. Because to be honest, if you was based at home, or you had a bit more time on your hands than I do, you could quite easily whiz one of these up in less than a week, because they are like, the stitching is only 3 inches by 2 inches, and it wouldn't even need to be this particular design. If you could find a Christmassy design or design your own one that's 3 inches by 2 inches, you could just do some cross stitch and make these. They are that easy. And if I had more time on my hands, I would make some and stick them in my trees, is what I would do, because they are just too cute. But the recipients of these actually put them on their dinner table. So when they had their Christmas dinner, they put them on the dinner table. So yeah, I'm super happy. Super happy with how they turned out. The light is washing those out now. So yeah, I'm I'm done. That's it. Woohoo! We're there. We're done. I cannot believe it. You know what? You know when you're like so excited that you finished the things that you don't really want to be doing, and you now have it in your mind that it's like, oh, all the things that I could be doing and can now do. It's just, yeah, I am so happy. I mean, I'm gutted. I'm gutted because I really would like. I really would like to think to myself, well, I've still got time. You know, it's still only the 10th of December. I've still got time to whiz something up for myself. But the thought of doing that is just like, oh no, just let me go to a nice big juicy project. I've already got some stitches in and I can just sit and systematically restart where I've left off and just stitch. That's, yeah. Next year. Unless all of a sudden I get a whim in my head that I have to, that I have to stitch something Christmassy, then yeah, I probably will still stitch on something Christmassy, but it'll be more like a full coverage or something that's bigger and juicier, because the smalls, I think I'm smalled out at the moment. So that is it for the stitching. But given that my stitching has been like the whips that you did see are now finished and FFO'd, I don't think I've done too badly. The tally for this year is looking fabulous for the finishes, I must admit. It's just not finishing any of the big projects. I've not touched any of my other projects, which is devastating. So my plan to have all of my Christmas finishes done in time for Christmas, I have completed. The deadline was the 12th of December, and here I am on the 10th, all done, finalised. But I don't have any whips to show you because they were it. That was it. So what else to tell you? The crocheting. Now, I can't remember where I got to when I last spoke to you, but the crocheting had to sort of go on hold because it was starting to get to the point where I'm like, well, if I don't hurry up and get this sorted out, I'm going to run out of time to get my Christmas stuff done. So this is the token gesture of my crochet of what I've done since I last saw you, I think. Unless, I think I showed you my actual crochet tree, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did. If not, I'll show it to you next time. But that is basically the crux of the crochet. The plan is, now that all the Christmas finishes are done, on days where I'm just, kicking about, I can go back to the crochet and start on my crochet blanket. I never anticipated that I was going to get it done this year by any stretch of the imagination. So the fact that I've got a whole 12 months to complete it, to have it usable, I'm fine. I think 12 months I can do it in 12 months, and I'm still thoroughly loving the crochet. Just I haven't managed to get to it, which has been, again, it's like, oh, I really want to do some crochet, but I'm like, no, finish stitching your Christmas stuff. That's how it's felt, it's like, I felt like a child, like a teenager that doesn't want to do what they're being told to do. That is exactly how I felt. So I did a small amount of crocheting, and that's as far as I've got. So, but I'm fine with that because it was always going to be that stays on the back burner until I've completed all of this. So now that I have, maybe I can, get a few rows in. So when I spoke with thy last, I was getting ready to go off to the Essex Needles Stitch Day, which was at the Novotel Hotel in Stansted on the 25th of November. It was a blast, people. It was a joy, and it is the first retreat that I've gone to in a very, very long time without recording. So I didn't record because I'm only there for the day. I really wanted to do some stuff myself, and I really wanted to spend time with the people. That is exactly what I did, and I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart that commented and said, Teresa, the stitching retreats are your days. Take the time you need. Thank you. Thank you for saying such lovely words. I took your advice. I did exactly that. I did not record, but it was an absolute blast. And because it was so close to Christmas, so being it was the 25th of November, We did a Secret Santa. And we also had a Christmas dinner, which was absolutely lovely. And the fact that it was only a day long, given that I had to miss the retreat a few months earlier because I got COVID, it sort of made up for not going for a full weekend. It was, yeah. But the beauty of all of this is, so we done the one in November. We have another stitch day in January. So I haven't got that long to wait before I get to go to another stitch day. And then I think my very first actual retreat of 2024 is going to be one in Crewe in February. So yeah, lots to look forward to. Lots to look forward to. So whilst I was at the Essex Needles retreat, like I said, we did a Secret Santa. So as part of the Secret Santa, we was given lists of things that the person that we called, like the name that we were given, we was given things that they liked, you know, what seasons they liked, basically hints so that you could go and purchase something that was, you know, more a taste to the individual, which I thought was fabulous. So my Secret Santa did not get it wrong. They really didn't. So would you look at this beautiful Christmas bag? Home for Christmas. I think it's isn't this one of Teresa Kogit's design fabrics? I think it is. But I love. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful project bag. I can never have too many project bags. And then in the project bag, I got Stony Creek Autumn Bellpool #1. Love this. Absolutely. Would you look at that? That is going to be a glorious stitch, people. Not sure when I'm going to do it because I have plans. I know. I have plans. I'm not going to share it on this video though. It's going to be on another video, the plans video. So got this, absolutely loved that. I also got Bella Filipina Olivia, the Forest Witch. She is just divine. Let me put it down so that, and flick the camera over because you can't see up there. Olivia, the Forest Witch. She is lovely. And again, she can't be stitched. Not yet. I'll tell you all about my plans on an upcoming video. There's that Bellpool one. Would you look at that? Look at the detail in that. That is gorgeous, isn't it? Look. I love it. And also, I got this beautiful cotton and clay needle minder, which is like a honeycomb, and then it's got a little bumblebee charm, which, yeah, that will go very, very well in this room, along with all my bee type things. So love. So that was my Secret Santa with my lovely project bag that is very, very festive. So yeah, totally over the moon, super happy. And just in case you didn't see that fabric, just to prove it's very festive, look. So that was my Secret Santa that I received. And then whilst I was at the retreat, Marnie's Mixed Bag was there. Whenever Sarah from Marnie's Mixed Bag is there, I always tend to pick up one of these tacky bills for my beading. I absolutely love working on these. I love this paisley type design. You don't normally get like a choice. So the fact that this one was sort of a bit more up my street, I was like, oh, I like that one. So I picked up one of these because I always like to have a separate one for each project. And a lot of my projects have beads on them. So I like to keep everything separate. So I purchased myself one of those. Also, because now that I've been stitching on some smalls and I realised that actually I can't stitch in hand. I've tried. It's horrifying. I decided that I would pick myself up 2 more Q snaps. this time I picked up a little 6x6. Now, normally I would say, well, 6x6 is too small, but some of my little projects and my little finishy type things could have done with the little 6x6 frame for me to just stitch on. So I picked myself one of those, and I also picked up an 8x8 because I do quite like the 8x8 because that's a perfect size for chain stitching. So I got myself some Q-snaps. I might have fell down a bit of a rabbit hole as well. I'll confess, people, I did. So whilst I was there, also Zarina and Robert from Hawkins Hobbies, I'll put links to all of the places I'm mentioning in the description box below. They were also there. Lovely, lovely to see them. They were the ones that were running the retreat that I couldn't make because I got COVID. So it was really lovely to see them before the end of the year. But when they come with their shop, and yeah, well, I might have done something rather naughty, but it is what it is. Let me show you what it is. I know. Would you look at this? So when I saw this one, this was the one that actually made me go, wow, oh my God, that's so cool. That's like a pink house. And then it was only the fact that I was sitting there going, oh my, look at how wonderful that is. That I bet that will stitch up lovely because there's just a lot of pink and lots of block stitching. And they're like, oh, you do know that there's a whole collection of them. Oh, is there? So yes, you guessed it, people. I might have gone on a collection mission. So we got... So the pink house is called the Pink Edwardian House. Holiday Village, this is part of. Then I also got this one, which is the Victorian House. Very cute. Love the gate. Love the gate. Again, none of these are going to be stitched into, immediately. We also went with this one. Not sure about all the white, but... is what it is. This one is called the Gothic House. Is it? Doesn't look very gothic, does it? Maybe it does. Maybe it's more gothic and I just don't know it. Love this one. Of course, it would have loads of white on it, wouldn't it? Don't know what it is with me and white, but this one is the Mr. Darby's house. How cute is that? With the Christmas tree in the middle. Love, love, love. Love this one with the little horse and the railings with the garland running across. So this is why I ended up buying them all, because I'm like, I couldn't make up my mind which one. This is the coffee house. Look at that. And then finally, as part of the series, I got this one. Again, very, very beautiful design. And this is the clockmaker's house. So, yeah. Don't quite know what to tell you. Went in thinking I don't need any more things to stitch in my life, because there is no way I could get through everything that I've got now in a lifetime. And here I am buying a whole collection, but I thought they were beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and why not, right? I will get to them one day, someday. And what I was thinking with this one, I thought these would go lovely in like a quilt. So, like when you do like, I don't know, 2 squares, 3 in a row, and then do quilting in between and have it as like as a blanket quilt or something. I thought that would be lovely. I don't know. I don't know whether they'd all go together. I mean, some of them do because they're like green and green. The only one that's a bit odd, or an odd one out, is the pink house. But I don't know how else you could lay them out because it's 3 and 3. So at first I was thinking, well, I could put the pink house in the middle and then put like a greenhouse there and a greenhouse there. But then that would only work for 5 of them on a quilt. And I've got 6. So open to suggestions, people. Open to suggestions. But yeah, it was a nice thought. I was thinking if I had them on a quilt, then that they would make a lovely quilt. See, I'm having all these ideas. This is what happens when you don't get to stitch on the things that you want to stitch on, because your mind runs away with ideas. Because, yeah, I think I was getting like withdrawal symptoms. Also, whilst I didn't go to the Stitching and Knitting show in London this year, My very good friend Susie did go, and I said to her while she's there, I was like, do me a favour. I was like, while you're there, if you happen to fall across it, I said, there's a Blackbird Designs book that I really, really want called When the Leaves Fall. I was like, if it's there, can you let me know? Of course it was there. Of course it was there. So she picked me up When the Leaves Fall. Love, 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 love some of these designs. I can't show you inside without checking because... Where is it? They're just, yeah. I don't know what's happened. I don't know whether you would agree whether my tastes have changed slightly, but they do seem to have changed a little. I am going a bit more to the small prim stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just that I'm not getting enough actual stitchy time that it's making me just want to do everything. But I am finding that I am looking at things that I wouldn't have looked at before, if you know what I mean. But that's, you know, I think that's a good thing. I think it's good that I'm branching out and looking at other things because, yeah. I mean, I love this one. Fall Gathering, it's called. And it's like a, what is he? He's a squirrel. Squirrel on a tree. Eating his nuts. Love. Love, love, love. So yeah, so I got myself, well, Susie Lover picked up this book for me. So super happy with that. Again, it's got more designs in it. What more can a girl want? Also, whilst I was at the Essex Needles retreat, of course, I couldn't help myself. We had the lovely Naomi from the Trendy Crafter there with, yet again, more spectacular designs of bags. So I couldn't help myself. Would you look at this bad boy? I need to start doing it the other way, don't I? Start leaning this way. Look at that. How beautiful is that bag? So, of course, it's roses, it's flowers. I love flowers and I love roses. So I picked up this one. And then this one, oh, as soon as I saw it, I was like, I have to have that. My husband will love that. I don't even think I've shown it to him yet, but when I do, he will be like, I like that. Here it is. Would you look at that? How divine is that? And I love that tattoo. I would never have it on me, but it is lovely. Love that. And then on the front side, this is the design. How can you not? I mean, obviously, you know when you're sort of sitting there thinking, well, I don't know what one I'm gonna, what project am I gonna put in this bag? But absolutely love it. She makes such lovely bags with such lovely fabrics. Love. And they're always like the super big bags, like big bottom, like wide bottom bags. Get plenty of stuff in there. I've got one of these bags holds my Afghan. And well, you know how big that is. It holds my entire Afghan, all the threads, and a Q-snap. That's how big these bags are. Love. Love, love, love. So, of course, I fell down the rabbit hole with them because it's just rude not to. Also, while I was there, my friend Susie from Handmade by Susie was also there with her shop. And again, I couldn't quite help myself. So I picked up this lovely little project bag. See, these are the sorts of things that are great for me when I'm on the train and I need a little bag, and it is just a tiny little bag, but it's got lovely, the fabric on the inside is the same as the outside, and it's like a patchwork quilting on the front. These are great for me to put sort of my threads and bits and pieces in when I'm traveling and when I'm on my way into work. So I picked myself up one of those. But this is a little piece de resistance. So like I was doing the Christmas finishes, because my plan for next year is to still do some smalls, but we'll talk about that on another video. This is great. Look at that. Perfect purse size. And I was thinking little smalls with a few threads, a chart, paper chart, like, you know, photocopied, and a pen. Job done. And love that fabric. Love that fabric. So I picked that one up. And also she had this very, very adorable project bag with the gnomes on. Lots of cute little gnomes. Here we go. Vinyl front so I can see what's in it. I do love a vinyl front bag, I must say. Because at least with the vinyl front bag, especially with how often it takes me to get to my next project. And I'll go to the bag and I can't even remember what's in that bag. At least with the vinyl bags, I don't need to sort of open it to see what's in it. I am going to start putting labels, like tags on the outside of the bag so that I know what's in it and have it hanging. But yeah, these are all my purchases. Love. I know. I've done more purchasing than I have stitching, right? I've talked more about what I've got. Also, the lovely Susie made me a special gift. So this was like a random act of kindness. Didn't see it coming. Super, super cute. Look at that. It's even got my name on it. Love that. Lovely little bag. Beautiful. Again, great for in the handbags. Projects upstairs next to the bed. Those sorts of things. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have like a really small upstairs on the bedroom bedside. And then another one that goes in the handbag. And then another one that goes into like a little... I've got like a little box next to me where I sit. Where I just sort of stack either the project that I'm working on. But I was thinking if I had another little small bag. Now that I'm getting all these small bags. If I had another one like this with another small project on. If I really don't fancy stitching anything big. I have choices, but without having to go and get it, because I can go from room to room. Have a plan in my head, people. Seems as I am talking about random acts of kindness, whilst I was at the retreat, didn't see this coming. Literally, it came all wrapped. And I'm like, oh, is that my secret Santa? And they're like, no, it's a gift. So what do you mean it's a gift? A very, very lovely lady who comes to our retreats. She's got an Etsy shop called The So Creative Touch. She's also on Facebook and also on Instagram. I'll put all the details in the description box below. It's my lovely friend Michaela who comes to the retreats, and she made me this lovely project bag. And I say lovely, it is enormous, people. Would you look at that? Look at the size of it. It's huge. I mean, when you think... Let me do a comparison. So this is the size of what I would call a normal size project bag. Look at the size of that. It is so much bigger. It's very Halloween-y and pumpkin-y. There's the details on the back. And she even puts a little thing on the inside about what to do with the vinyl. Do not wash, do not tumble dry, do not iron, no heavy objects on the vinyl, wipe off with a damp cloth. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. So Michaela, thank you so, so much. Like I say, everywhere that I have got a purchase or I've been gifted something from a person that owns a small business or a shop, I will put all the description, all of the details in the description box below, because yeah, I do love to do business with people that are up and coming, new shops, rather than the big shops, because yeah. And the handmade stuff's always wonderful. Absolutely love that. What else to tell you, people? So I did mention on my last video that I had rejoined the Chromatic Alchemy. Yep, Chromatic Alchemy Fabric of the Month Club. And I have had my next fabric that's come in. I'm not going to hold it up because it crinkles too much. So let me share with you. Would you look at that? Would you look at those colours? How gorgeous is that? So, like I said, even though my go-to seems to be 28, I think I only go with 28 and 25 because that's mostly what I've got. And a lot of the smaller things and other things that I'm liking to stitch now are actually being, you know, they call for a slightly higher count. So for now, I've started my Fabric of the Month Club on a 32 count. So this is a 32 count even weave. This is the name, what is that? Nebula, something like that. But yeah, great Halloweeny type fabric, I think. So love. Talking of Fabric of the Month Club, so West Green Loft Yarns, they do yarn, they do floss, and they now also do a Fabric of the Month Club. They do a Thread of the Month Club, and I think they do a Yarn of the Month Club or something along that lines. But when you look at their yarn, you just, they are divine, as are the linens, as are the threads. I reached out to them because I couldn't quite work out how you joined the Fabric of the Month Club. And she said, actually, we stopped, but we are looking to reopen again in January. So if any of you are looking for somewhere new to get on board with the Fabric of the Month Club, I'm hoping that I'm successful and that, one, I get the notification to say that they were opening the Fabric of the Month Club, and two, that I actually get in on it. I am looking to start the Fabric of the Month Club for West Green Loft Yarns. I'll put a link in the description box below, so fingers crossed for that. And what my plan is, I think, is to keep my Chromatic Alchemy on a 32 count and probably go with a 28 count for the West Green Loft Yarns, because yeah, she does a lot of really like more neutrally colours, which are going to be perfect for the smalls and things that I would normally stitch with the 28 count. So yeah, so fingers crossed for that for January. That is it, people. That is it in a nutshell. I'm hoping that this is a short, sharp December video. The plan, she says, the plan. My plan is to do a whip parade towards the end of the year, as I always do. Although I know it's going to be absolutely dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Because I've barely stitched on anything other than Christmas things. So the only things that I'll see is things that I started, the things that I finished in 2023, and not all of the projects that are up here in my boxes, in project bags, that have been neglected and probably need dusting off, because that's how long they've sat up there without being touched. So the plan is that I will do my usual whip parade. Now, because I'm going to change everything up for 2024 as far as what my plans are, I'm not sure whether I will put it on as part of the video of the whip parade and do it as a whip parade and plans, or whether I should just do a plans video, because I have big ideas for my whip go, but I also have big ideas as to what I'm going to do about all of these whips that I have on the go that keep getting neglected. So yeah, you'd have to let me know. Do you think it should be part of the whip parade at the end of the year, or do you think it should be its own designated video? I'll wait. I'll let you tell me. I've just realised there was one other thing that I was gifted at the Essex Needles Stitch Day that I was going to mention when I was talking about my crochet, and that is that a very, very, very lovely lady, Kiara, shared with me. She must have watched my video with me doing the crochet, and she knew how much I was raving about those ring markers, the little round ring markers that are more for crochet than they are knitting. They are the Cocoa Knits nylon coated coloured split ring markers. That's what they're called. She gave me a box of them. Would you look at this? Would you look at this? I'll never have to worry about markers for my crochet ever again now, will I? Look at those. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love those. Kiara, you are an angel. Thank you so, so much. And thank you for thinking of me and sharing them with me. So, yeah. And they even come in this cute little round box so that I don't lose them, because they are so small, they're easily losable. There we go. So, like I say, I will let you decide whether I should do a whip parade separate to my plans video, or whether I should bolt the two together. The plan is that, of course, I will be back before the end of the year with either a plans video or a whip parade, or a joint one. I would like to think that I could get some live streams in now that, you know, the worst of the the worst of the stuff is over. I've got Christmas presents to wrap, but other than that, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good to go. And I'm not actually doing Christmas dinner here either on Christmas Day. So again, less pressure on me this year. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to Christmas this year because my plan is to spend a lot of time just doing the things that I've been unable to do for most of the year. So that's putting a bit of a spring in my step. So I will look forward to seeing you again later in the month. Not sure whether it will be before Christmas or after Christmas, depending on what your answers were. If it's not until after Christmas, I wish you all a very, very festive holidays. For those of you that celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. For those of you that don't, I hope you have a nice break. But I will definitely see you in December. So until next time, people. Bye-bye.